Hello, my love. Today we're going to talk about week one of The Artist's Way, a spiritual path for higher creativity, and whatever lesson we have in store for us regarding this week. And let me tell you, it was a very heavy week for me. Oof, this book has already stripped away, like sandblasted away some of the layers. That, listen, I've been doing spiritual fucking work for the last decade, and still there are more layers. But let's go. I hope there are not so many layers for you. I don't know if I got blessed with all kinds of trauma. I was actually talking to a friend of mine. She also had a very traumatizing infancy. How do you call it? Childhood, yes. Because she was abandoned by her parents and she went straight to an orphanage in Russia, where she lived until she was 17, and then she got adopted by miracle by an American family. And I was like, I don't know. I had parents all the time, and my dad only died when I was 30. So I had a dad that played with me, a mom that took care of me, controlled me. But at the same time, I got all the positive that parents can offer. They gave me a lot of good things, but they gave me a lot of trauma and a lot of limiting stuff from themselves. And I don't know, at least she got the trauma, but she didn't get all the limiting beliefs with the parents. I got the trauma and the limit. Not that I'm comparing, but I'm like, maybe next lifetime, if I'm gonna suffer in my childhood, I may as well do it without all the trauma from the family on top of normal trauma from childhood. So anyhow, this to say, The Artist's Way unlocked a lot of trauma for me. Thank you so much. Yay, I love that. We try to go here, we try to do things to improve, to grow, but first we need to go down into the dungeons of our past and dig deep. Before I actually get you to dig deep, or get myself to dig deep, let me tell you my process here. First of all, week one has taken 2 weeks. Sorry. What can I say? And I got 2 notebooks. I got one to write my morning pages. They did start by being 3 at a time, but as you see, these are huge, and so I kind of forgave myself for doing 1 at a time at some point. I know I'm cheating, but I've been traveling. I've been all over the place. I moved to a new house. There's a lot going on in my life. So this is the best I can do, and I'm gonna have to let myself be with this for a while. Anyhow, I have this thing that these notebooks and this pen is called a Neo pen. And I know that I'm gonna have to burn this and throw it away, but because I'm a hoarder, I wanted to keep it, a record of it. So this pen, as I write, records into my notes in my phone, and it's a electronic pen. It's a normal pen, but as I write, it goes into the phone. It's like a smart pen, let's say. And then I have this other book, is where I do the exercises that I'm gonna keep so I can realize. So week one, it was a lot of tasks actually. First of all, you had to write 3 morning pages, and like I said, the first week I did it, yay. But then after a week, I was like, oh, let me do 1, because otherwise it was getting to me. And maybe that's the purpose, to get to you. I was feeling annoyed because she says here, if you're a writer, and I am a writer, and hi, nice to meet you, my name is Liv. I'm a poet, I'm a dancer, I'm an artist. I am an artist, I'm saying it out loud. And I never really admitted to this because I never thought it was valuable to be an artist. We're gonna get there. So, first of all, we had all these tasks to do the morning pages, and we had all these creative affirmations that, you know what, I'm going to read to you the affirmations in the end of the video, so you get a little bit of motivation and affirmation for yourself as you listen and connect to my story. And then we had to go on an artist date every week. I think I'm also faking on that one. I do go out a lot with myself. I am not the person that is always with company, so I do a lot of things by myself with myself. So I take myself on artist dates all the time. That's not a big deal. And then we had to do like at least 10 exercises of, figuring out these prompts, these questions. And I did one, and let me tell you that it was a time travel one. List 3 old enemies from your creative self-worth. And wow, that was painful. And it's so funny how when we are doing spiritual work, I don't know if it works with you too, but it does with me. When I'm doing spiritual work, it feels like everything comes up to surface to be seen. And things that maybe you didn't see before or I didn't see before, now it's like very visible because we have this alarm going on. We are awake. We're waiting to see the other shoe dropping. And so we are like, okay, oh wow, I recognize this thing. I recognize. I used to see this all the time and I didn't notice it, but now I see what it is for its truth. And so the monsters show up, and of course it's and me as a woman, I have barely survived week 1, which took 2 weeks, let's say this, because I got a cold, like I got sick, and I got my period on the same day, on the full moon, and I had to work an overnight flight. And so if I was suffering before, because the day before I had a big opening, and I will tell you about it, and I was crying, then my body was like, okay, let's purge everything, babe, let's just go for it. And wow, I spent 24 hours sleeping, just didn't know what was going on, and I'm right now in Spain, in Seville. So let's add jet lag to the mix. Thank you so much. I need a beer. So this week that has been prolonged to 2 weeks because I got sick and I moved and all these things. Wow, I'm alive. I'm alive. And I am still sane, barely, but we're going there. So the time travel was list 3 old enemies of your creative self-worth. So, like I was talking before, I know I regressed. We noticed things. I set up to do something for my garden. My dream was always to have a garden. And I bought this piece of like made in China, wooden pergola thing that you put in the garden with a seat and you put flowers in it. And it took me 3 hours with the electric thingy tool to set that up. It was a lot of work. And I was like, my God, this is not for me to have a drill to screw things, not my vibe. But I'm gonna do it because I have this creative vision for a garden, for a life for me, a place where I can sit and write, and it's like a dream come true. It's not just a piece of furniture. It's like a vision, an idea, a dream, a fantasy, right? And I did it. I was able to set this thing up. It's on my Instagram if you want to check it out. And it looked amazing, and I was so proud of it. I was so happy I did. I was just like a little child, and the first person I called, was my mom, and I was like, Mom, FaceTiming her, look what I did. And I was just so excited to show it to her. And she goes, you didn't do that, you bought it ready. And I said, no, I assembled it, it's a piece of furniture. She's like, yeah, but you bought it ready, you didn't do it. And I was like, oh, wow, Mom. Okay, Mom, I'm a little busy, I need to go now. And I hung up the phone, and I just realized I never got validated, stimulated, recognized by any kind of creativity that I had by my mom. And I still don't. And now it's a little painful, but I understand that as an adult, I understand she probably didn't have that either, so she cannot give it to me, and it's not her fault. And it's like, yeah, I love her and I understand her, but I think about my child self that never, I'm sure I've done so many things, And never I got like a congratulations, well done, you should do more of it, oh my god, this looks amazing, or any kind of even recognition like, oh great, you did it, you know. Maybe something very discreet of like, okay, great, nice, good job. Nothing. Zilch. Not only I got zilch, as you can tell by my mom's response of, you didn't do it, I got negative reinforcement my whole life for my creative self. So I never stopped being creative and being an artist, but I never thought it was valuable to share with the world. So I just did it for myself. I always wrote for myself. I always created costumes for myself. I have so many beautiful pictures of myself with outfits, with visions, with like art that I made of myself, you know, beauty, art, pictures, photo shoots that I don't put on Instagram. I don't share. I just show it to my friends, but I don't think inside of me, I don't think they're valuable. So I don't share them. Oh my God. I knew it. Anyway, so you stay or go, whatever. Anyhow, and realizing this was quite the bomb for me. I was really crying, and throughout that week I was just shocked, and I was trying my best to do my work, you know, and starting to feel all these emotions coming up. And then I had this one night with a friend of mine where we were having a little party at my house, and he just randomly said, Alexa, play some samba music. And this song from Brazil, I'm Brazilian, and this song is like a national anthem. Everybody knows it. You play the song, any Brazilian will start like moving. If they are sleeping, they will just, if they're dead in their coffin, they will like resurrect and start doing the samba. And I resurrected. I was just like, this song gave me a jolt of energy, and I was just dancing like a maniac. Like, it's also in my Instagram if you want to follow me. I was dancing, I was giving it all my energy with high heels. I was like, like I'm in the middle of Carnival in Rio. And it was such a high that I couldn't sleep all night that night after I had that moment. And that opened up so much joy for me, so much euphoric energy of, this is it, this makes me feel alive. And the next day I was on Instagram telling everybody how music is my medicine, dancing is my medicine, this is how I feel alive, and this is how I feel this fire inside of me. And I was so excited. And right after, I dropped down to the fact that I'm 40, gonna be 45, and I know I look amazing, you know, but I didn't go for it, you know. I didn't go for it. I didn't go for my dreams of being a dancer. I was a ballroom dancer at some point in my life when I was in my 30s. And I married a ballroom dancer. And, you know, it's not his fault, but I married a person that was jealous of me and insecure. And he would just not enjoy my life. He was a very good dancer. And maybe I'm wrong, you know, but this is my point of view at this moment in my life, and what made me realize so many things. That he was technically a really great dancer, you know. I was never technically a great dancer. I just had this life inside of me when I expressed myself dancing. And people would notice that, and they would be like, oh, wow, Olivia, wow. And so I would just call a lot of attention. And when I go out and I dance and I dress well and I'm beautiful, I call a lot of attention. And a lot of people my whole life have told me that this is a bad thing, you know, to dance. I'm too much. I call too much attention. I'm an attention whore. I'm doing it for the attention. And I started believing these people, and I started lowering myself and making myself less so I couldn't call attention, because it's bad to call attention in my, you know, in this world. And I stopped dancing. I stopped dancing, and not that I stopped totally dancing, but I stopped believing that it was for me. I would dance in a nightclub, maybe I would dance here, but I was made for the stage. I'm made to shine. I am made to call attention. This is who I am. I am attention whore, and lucky the people that are looking at me when I'm dancing, because I'm so alive. I'm giving so much love and so much joy to the world that I should be doing this. I should be calling everybody's attention. I should be in the stadium with a crowd of people cheering me on, to be too much, to be even more than what too much, And I didn't. And I've been betraying myself by believing other people. And my ex-husband, I don't think he meant bad. He was just jealous. My mom was jealous too. And they just told me to be less. And I was less. I was so less that I lost myself in the process. And I stopped believing in myself in many ways. And if I could, that's one thing I would go back and change, But, I have to be grateful to be here now that I realize this, and I get the power from this, from realizing this. It gives me more power. So I guess I chose this route of spiritual development so I would arrive here today and feel fucking invincible and know that I will dance and I will be too much and I will be even more than too much, and the world is not ready for all of this, and I don't care. I don't care, because I am ready and I am my world, and I need to be this for me, not for anybody else. And I wish all the young girls would know this too, because there is a lot of, patriarchy trying to put us women down, because we have this magic, we have this shine, we have this light, we have this creativity. Not only women, of course, but I'm a woman, so I identify as a woman, and here I am talking from a woman's side, that it's a lifetime of people just pulling us down all the fucking time. And it's not their fault. They've been pulled down. So they're just doing their default behavior. It's not like you can blame people and tell them they're wrong. They're just not aware. And we're not aware because we let ourselves go down. And I don't want to do that anymore. And my dad told me once a story, and I'm going to share with you this story. It's the three monkeys, ABC. And these scientists put these three monkeys on a jail, and they want to do an experiment with the three monkeys, ABC. And they put a bunch of bananas on top of a stair. I don't know why bananas. Do monkeys really eat bananas in the jungle? I'm not sure, but anyhow. So bananas, monkeys, stair. Monkey A is like, oh, bananas, let me go up the stairs. He climbs the stairs. As he almost grabs the bananas, the scientists have two strong, fireman hose with water, and they hose the monkey down, and the monkey falls down the stairs, cannot reach the bananas. Meh. Monkey B is like, I got this, I'm definitely gonna make this happen. Let's go. Monkey B, boom, flies upstairs, bam, gets hosed down, falls again, doesn't succeed either. And Monkey C is like, let me tell you, I'm not even gonna try, because 2 times, once, okay, I can still try, but 2 times, no, this is not for me. We're gonna chill here. So monkey A, B, and C happily existing without going to grab the bunch of bananas. Then they take monkey A from the jail and put monkey D, A, B, C, E, whatever. Monkey E is like, oh, bananas, let's go. Monkey C and monkey B are like, no, don't go. Let's hold you down. You're not going there. Monkey E is like, what? Why? What's happening? Well, we cannot explain to you, but it's better you not go. They cannot talk. Something bad happens, And they're like, ooh, something bad happens. And monkey E is like, meh, okay, I'm gonna believe you because it's 2 of you, so let's chill. So then they take monkey B from the jail, they put monkey D. So monkey C, E, D are chilling, and then D is like, oh, look, bananas, let's go there, get them. And monkey B, monkey C, and E are like, no, don't do it, it's not gonna do it. They hold him down, and so monkey D doesn't go. They take monkey C from the jail, and they put monkey F, C, D, F, whatever, whatever, Z, who cares? So now there's three monkeys that are brand new that never got hosed down. No one reaches for the bananas. No one. I feel like I'm definitely monkey F. And you know what? I'd rather get hosed down and try to reach for the bananas at this point. And so I hope you get this energy if you are watching this. Oh, and I promised I was going to read the creative things. And this is week 1. Already opened a lot for me. And then also, let me give you a little bit of a interesting fact that I got my period on the full moon, on a work flight, on a cold. So all of it in one day. And funny enough, the universe plays a lot of games, and I still haven't understood everything that happened. But my flight got so delayed that once we took off, we could see the launch of the rocket, of the one going to the moon, which was so interesting to see it from the sky. As we got up to 10,000 feet, I could see the rocket. Amazing. I saw a rocket launch from 10,000 feet, like VIP seats. So thank you, universe. And then we landed in Sevilla. Now, I wasn't aware that it's the Holy Week in Sevilla, and I am always very connected to anything that's holy, and I feel like God puts me in places to experience certain things. And I was sick, so we got here Thursday. I slept the whole day, 12 hours, and it was like midnight when I woke up, jet lagged. Couldn't sleep the whole night, obviously, and I was trying to fall asleep, rolling around, when I heard this voice saying, wake up and go see the processions. And I'm like, processions? I heard somebody said something about processions. So I went online and I was like, what is this processions thing? Apparently on the night of Friday, Good Friday, from Thursday to Friday, the night I was like wide awake, sick still, but wide awake. And they had the most popular people flying from all over the world to see Jesus and Virgin Mary. All the churches, they get out, and it's a big spectacle. They have thousands of people in the streets, and then actually thousands of people belong to these processions, and they all wear the same outfit. And I got up at 2 a.m. from my bed, got dressed, went to see, it's also in my Instagram, it will be eventually, got dressed and went to see the processions. And let me tell you that it was quite blowing my mind. I never saw so many people with the same outfit. They all had like this very tall, triangular, covering all of it face, kind of definitely a Met Gala outfit. I would wear that for Met Gala, with a tunic, and they're holding this huge candle. It looks like KKK, not that I should say that, but I think the idea is very similar, to hide themselves for whatever reason. And they're all in black, and then they're like following them. There's a cart made of gold that they carry this Jesus that is carrying a cross, and it looks very heavy, and there's people underneath the cart carrying this, and it is very heavy. So they're like suffering. Everybody's suffering. And I went to see, there's like 5 processions that night. I went to see the one that is the black, the suffering, because I was suffering. And I dressed black, and I didn't know that. I was just like randomly, let me find something in the streets, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to try to research. And I found the big power, el gran poder. And I saw Jesus carrying the cross, and I felt something, and I saw when Virgin Mary passed, that's when I felt this deep feeling of compassion, love, it was like a full body chill, but at the same time, a feeling of relief. And this morning I woke up and I wrote that I forgive myself. I forgive myself for not achieving everything I've set to achieve, for not following my creativity, for living in an illusion, in a potential, and just being lost for whatever reason because I was monkey F. And I forgive myself, and I'm not gonna hold myself guilty or blaming myself for that anymore. No more Catholic blame. Shop, 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 shop. No more blaming other people. They did their best. Forgive everybody too, and unleash her. Unleash all of it, the most I can. I like let it all out. And slowly train myself to realize that my creativity is valuable. It is worthy to share with other people. And I've been stuck writing my book. I wrote my book already. I've been stuck editing it because I don't believe in myself. I don't believe it should go out, this book. I've been procrastinating a lot. And I won't do that anymore. I really won't. And I will get over myself. I will publish my book. I will believe in myself. I will know that my creativity is valuable. And if no one else tells me that I did a good job setting up a garden furniture or writing a book or doing a dance or cooking or anything that I think of that I can do creatively, I will do that for myself and my inner child. So that's my decree. Thank you for listening. Here's the creative affirmations before it gets too dark. I am a channel. 1. I am a channel for God's creativity and my work comes too good. Yes. 2. My dreams come from God and God has the power to accomplish them. Yes. 3. As I create and listen, I will be led. Yes. 4. Creativity is the Creator's will for me. Yes. 5. My creativity heals myself and others. Yes. 6. I am allowed to nurture my artist. Yes. 7. Through the use of a few simple tools, my creativity will flourish. A drill in my case. Electric one. Yes. 8. Through the use of my creativity, I serve God. Yes. Humbly. 9. My creativity always leads me to truth and love. Yes. 10. My creativity leads me to forgiveness and self-forgiveness. Oh, done. Felt this morning, so 100% yes. 11. There's a divine plan of goodness for me. Yes. 12. There's a divine plan of goodness for my work. Yes. 13. As I listen to the Creator within, I am led. Yes. 14. As I listen to my creativity, I am led to my Creator. Yes. 15. I am willing to create. Yes. 16. I'm willing to learn to let myself create. Yes. Yes. This is big. 17. I'm willing to let God create through me. Jesus, take the wheel. Yes. 18. I'm willing to be of service through my creativity. Yes. 19. I'm willing to experience my creative energy. Yes, I love it. And it is too much. And it is a lot. And I love it. More, please. 20. I'm willing to use my creative talents. And here we are. Yes. I hope you have a creative day, a creative life, and if you're liking this journey so far, follow for more. I have some offerings below. I think I have a ChatGPT guide for you to get to know yourself. I have a book on how to create your own happy formula in a course. and I'm gonna create more because now my creativity will flourish and I have so many ideas of so many things that I can offer. And yes, my book is coming. My poetry book is amazing. It's Heal Her, The Alchemy of a Convoluted Woman. It's my heroine's journey through my healing journey in poetry and prompts that it's brilliant. It's genius. I read this book and I say, "What? I wrote this?" And my editor's like, "Yes, you did." Said, "Are you sure? Is this a letter? Is something laggy?" So yes, I'm gonna start believing more in me because I wrote a genius book. I am a genius writer. I'm very talented, and I'm a great poet. And my poems are like poof, awakening people all over the world. I know that, and it's just gonna get better. And I am becoming the everything that I am and more. It's just removing the layers. Removing the layers, healing, removing the layers, and letting myself be me. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Mwah. Love you.